You take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby. I can't sing, so I do the bloggy blog time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? Bloggy blog time. I don't really talk this way if this is the first time you watching. I just like to make fun of people I've run into in my life who do talk like this. And at first it's a compliment, and then when I don't like them anymore, I do it as an insult and sarcastic reaction to their things they've done. Yeah, that got way too deep. Anyway, this is how I really talk. No, actually, this is how I really talk. So, been a while, guys. I bet you missed me. Then again, some of you might not, like the one kid who said, "Scratch the fucking ticket, faggot." Those are my favorite commenters because they literally have like a 61 IQ and 61 lock low IQ. So, what's going on, y'all? Headed to class. Today I have to do like a from 11 to 10 long. Oh, look, it's Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if you caught that, but that guy was wearing a Raiden hat. He's wearing a Raiden hat like they did in Mortal Kombat. Then he was like, "Oom-pa-pa-ya, raking leaves. Oom-pa-pa-ya, I'm gonna rake the leaves." He probably wasn't even Asian, but he was wearing an Asian style hat. So again, I turned on the camera. It's bloggy blog time. I really don't have anything to talk about specifically, so I'm gonna see how long I can rant for, and then I'll let you guys go. And I appreciate everyone. All 837 subscribers. I'm approaching 1,000. I can't wait to hit the 1,000 mark. I don't know what's going to happen, but it seems like a milestone in YouTube. I was just at 300 last time. It seems like I was just at 300. Just getting over being sick. I'm a little stuffy. The one guy said, why I still don't have a job. I got called for catering. Some company I used to cater for, they want me to go cater them breakfast. So they basically want me to drive down there 80 miles, wake up way earlier than I want to, make them breakfast. So I'm gonna call a lady back today and tell her it's gonna be $100 a day. If she's willing to pay me $100 a day, I'll go do it. Otherwise, I don't want to miss 4 days of class and be away from home for 4 days and have to stay at my dad's for 4 days and be away from my poochers for 4 days. And I know I'm sounding like a little whiny bitch, but whatever. What else? Headed to class. Had 2 peanut butter and jelly bagels this morning. They're delicious. I'm on a new diet, the 80-10-10. I'm trying to drop about 30-40 pounds because I don't like the way I look, basically, and I've never lived without boobs. I'd like to get rid of my boobs, my man boobs. What else? Went to the casino last night. They sent me something in the mail saying, "Come get your free messenger bag." So there it is, messenger bag. It's pretty cool, I guess. I don't really carry a bag around usually, but I'll try. I'll see what happens. I got my notebook and phone, and well, not my phone right now, but some stuff in there, my decks of cards and my bong. Just kidding. Had to quit smoking in the hopes that I'd get a job. Here's what I wanted to say. A couple things. There's a gentleman at the school. I told you at the last blog, 4 out of 5 of us applied from the school. I believe I was the most qualified because the job was pretty easy. But as far as qualifications go, I believe I had the most as a former business owner. And the one gentleman has been unemployed for 2 years. He's got to be one of the nicest guys I ever met. And he don't drive because he has some former DUIs. Again, an unconstitutional traffic law took his freedom of travel away. And so I asked him what he'd have to do to get his license back. And, and they want him to pay like $10,000. So if he don't get his freedom to travel back unless they steal his money from him. And I always have this argument with this kid. He's like, I said, if I pointed a gun at you and said, "Give me $20 because this kid needs to go to the dentist," wouldn't that be robbery? He goes, "Yeah." I said, when the government does it, it's not robbery. He goes, no, I don't consider it when the government. So he uses the Richard Nixon defense. It's not illegal when the government does it. So this gentleman has to bum rides everywhere because of the government stole his freedom to travel. There's never he got caught with a couple of DUIs, but he never hurt anybody. So there's no damages and no victim, yet they want to steal his money from him. So there's, he's victim of the government right there. They took his right to travel away, even though you don't need a license to travel in your own private vehicle. The legal definition of a motor vehicle is a mechanically drawn carriage or vehicle that is being used for commercial purposes. In other words, that it's being used to turn a profit or make money. So when you're a private citizen driving your private automobile, you're not controlling that conveyance to turn a profit. All you're doing is traveling. So there's a huge difference between, and then the definition of a driver is someone who operates a mechanical vehicle to turn a profit or for commercial use. Now, does a private citizen traveling in his automobile, is he doing that to turn a profit, or is he doing that to get from point A to point B? And there's been plenty of court decisions that uphold that you have the inherent common law right to travel. And corrupt judges and crooked ass cops, or I like to call them guys with guns wearing a costume, they've been brainwashed into thinking that when you're traveling in your private automobile that you are actually driving. And that's why they feel like they can put a tax plate on the back of your car and force you to get a license. They say driving is a privilege. Yes, driving is a privilege, but we're not driving. We're not getting paid to drive. We're not transporting anything for profit. We're not hauling passengers for profit. We're not getting paid to drive a motor vehicle. We are, by legal definition, traveling in an automobile. So this is not a motor vehicle. A motor vehicle is something, a mechanically driven vehicle that is used for commercial purposes. A driver is a truck driver, a taxi driver. We are not drivers. We are simply travelers. Anyone who thinks I'm full of shit and I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist and a kook, because I've heard all the buzzwords, do your research before you start calling names. Anyone that could provide something to the contrary of what I'm saying, go ahead and put it in the comments. Otherwise, you're just talking out your ass like most Americans do. So the second thing was, so the guy goes to get the job, and a few weeks ago he said he puffed on a joint. So now he has to scurry. He calls his girlfriend. She has to leave her job to go pick him up because he got the job. He got hired. Then he had to go take a piss test. Again, you can drink all the alcohol you want. You can drink all the alcohol you want, take all the pills you want if you got permission from a doctor, and still get hired. But if, God forbid, you smoke a J, again, another unconstitutional law that marijuana is illegal. And then they have it in the same I guess they call it Schedule C, where they have it in the same class as heroin and cocaine, if you can believe that. So anyway, his girl she might have lost her job because she had to leave work to go get him. Thank God she loves him this much, because he's a very lovable guy, and I don't blame her. So she leaves work, goes and buys him the cleansing stuff. He stalls, takes his cleansing stuff, and I guess it didn't work because the drug test came up negative, and this poor guy has been unemployed for 2 years. Victim of the government, took his right to travel away, And now I pee dirty. So again, the government passed another unconstitutional law. Because how does him smoking a joint, where's the victim, where's the damages? The state versus Lopez, there has to be damages or an actual victim for there to be a crime. Again, this guy is a blatant example of being a victim of the government. What else, man? I don't know. It's just a shame because he's such a good guy. He was more qualified than the other people that got hired. He was a better dealer than the other people that got hired to be a dealer. He's a very respectful man. He made some mistakes in his life. I mean, the mistakes were that he didn't really make a mistake because he didn't hurt anybody. But he got caught up in the game. The government writes these unconstitutional laws so they can have slaves. It's like illegal slavery. Now they got him locked up. They're saying, you know, we're not going to let you drive because, again, he wasn't driving to begin with. So, and I know you guys are going to say I'm a hypocrite because I have a license and I have a license plate and I have insurance. It's because if I don't, guys with guns and a costume will stop me and fucking lock me in a cage. You know, if I ever become rich and I don't have to worry about stuff like that, I won't renew my license. I won't get a license plate. And I'll fight it to the Supreme Court because, again, I'm not driving. I'm traveling in my private vehicle. I'm not turning a profit by driving right now. So there's that. So yeah, I started with nothing to talk about. Now I'm talking. What else? I'm down 7 pounds from this diet. It's basically, I try to eat less than 30 grams of fat a day, which is very hard to do, by the way. And I try to eat 3,000 calories and lots of carbohydrates, which most people think that's what makes you fat, but in actuality, fat is what makes you fat. What a shocker. Another new revelation. You know, the American sheeple have been so misleading, it's disgusting. And it's just disheartening. You know, they say ignorance is bliss, and they can't be more right, because if you're ignorant to all these things, you can't be disappointed by them or unhappy because you don't know. But if you do know, and if you tell people, here we go, here's a pig stopping somebody right here. There you go. I don't know if it was an accident or this guy's just being a pig. Look at that car. And that's another thing. The taxpayers pay. Oh, maybe there's an accident. Must be nice that the police get to drive around Dodge Chargers. This guy driving a moped. Girl, guy. Wow, dude. 35 miles an hour, really? You know what the difference between... You know what? I know this joke. Come on, I'm getting this joke. What's the difference between how our moped... Okay. Take two. What do fat women and mopeds have in common? They're both fun to ride until you get caught. It's a pretty sweet ride right here. Infiniti G35. There's a lot of sweet rides in Tampa, man. I mean, I like my car. It's pretty smooth and everything, but I wish I could have like 50 cars like Jay Leno. That lucky bastard. So, my throat's starting to get scratchy. I started with nothing to talk about. Now I'm fucking almost 15 minutes in. I'm really upset about that guy. I feel bad for the guy. And again, another victim of the government. I watched a good video too this morning. It was a member of the Ireland Parliament. You guys should look this up. Look up Ireland Parliament member goes off on Obama, or Ireland Parliament member Obama. This lady tears him up and tells the truth, and you know, Obama supporters will be like, she's crazy. She's crazy, blah blah blah. But you should see everything she says is rock solid, and all the other people in the parliament are getting they're like getting antsy and like it's like piercing their eardrums. They can't deal with it. She mentions how he must be the hypocrite of the year and how many kids he's murdered. You know, for all you Obama supporters, Obama's murdered American citizens. I think he's on 2 so far, and he's murdered hundreds of kids overseas. I know they're not Americans, but their lives still matter, and they weren't guilty of anything. I get in arguments with people on Facebook, Obama supporters. I said, why do you support this murderer? And he said, he's not a murderer. I said, what are you talking about? He murdered a 16-year-old American citizen. And they either just ignore it, they say, no, he didn't, or they say he was authorized to do it. So they ignore it, which ignoring it doesn't change the fact that it happened, and you're still supporting a murderer. They say it doesn't happen, which is a complete lie because it happened, and it's widely reported that it happened. Dropped a missile on a 16-year-old American citizen's head. Or they say he was authorized to do it. And last time I checked, you can't just murder an American citizen without due process of law. And again, these same people, you bring up the Constitution, they try to dismiss the Constitution too. They don't believe that the Constitution is law. And they'll say stuff like, the Constitution isn't perfect. And no, it's not perfect. It should be more clear so they understand what unalienable rights are. And it's not perfect, but there's legal ways to amend the Constitution. They just don't want to go about amending the Constitution. They think if Obama signs a law, legislation into law that says that he can kidnap somebody and throw him in a hole without a lawyer or due process, they think that's legal. And Marbury versus Madison, if a law's unconstitutional, it's not unconstitutional until the courts say it's unconstitutional from its inception. Kidnapping is illegal. It will always be illegal, and just because the government does it doesn't make it legal for them to do it. There's no double standard there. And if you create one, it's because you're a moron and you can't comprehend the difference. Oh, there, look at this guy. This guy's got the right idea. He's probably another victim of the government, isn't allowed to drive. Wink, wink. So, alright guys, there goes the moped. That's a brave guy driving a moped in these crazy traffic here. At least he's wearing a helmet. So, yeah, what else? That's it. I wish I could, like, take callers during these videos. That would be so awesome. Geek, I got your sponsorship today. I appreciate it once again. I'm going to go buy a ticket probably tomorrow. So I got class till like 10 o'clock at night tonight, so God bless you, sir. And Gypsy Brigand, how's it going? And all you haters, stop hating. Read the channel description. The channel for all you haters, the channel description says a lot of me talking in between scratching lottery tickets and a few other things. So for all you say scratch the fucking ticket and call me names, read the channel description, and there's this thing on the it's on the video beneath it. It's called fast forward. Stop being a moron. Alright guys, that's Bloggy Blog time. It's only 18 minutes today. I started out with nothing to say, and then I run my mouth for 18 minutes. It's pretty good. It's like a video diary. I enjoy this. Helps the drives go a lot better too. So yeah. Let me show you this pig real quick before I sign off here. Look to the right here. There's an Easter Island statue with the blue hair, and then you're gonna see a pig's face and a pig's ass. See it? How funny is that? Barbecue place. Yeah. See the ass? There it is. That's hilarious. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you made it this long through this boring video, or semi-boring video. God bless you. I'm not religious or anything, but I like saying God bless you. It's like a nice thing to say, even if you're not a religious person. Am I ever going to shut up? Alright guys, take it easy. Bye.